Hey there, ghouls and ghosts. Welcome to Seven Scorpion Tarot. I am your host with the most, and I want to welcome you to tonight's reading. For tonight, I have already chosen a significator. It is the Two of Cups, and the reason that I'm choosing this tonight is based on today's celestial weather. So, Mercury is conjunct Juno opposing Chiron today. So, in the back of the Two of Cups, we can see the caduceus, or the staff of Hermes. And Hermes is the Greek name for Mercury, the Roman name. Um, and Two of Cups, the way I look at this card is healing through connection. And oftentimes this is seen as a romantic card, but it can also apply to platonic relationships. I could even see this applying to something in business. Like you finding just where you gel in a workplace or with a business partner for your own business that you've started, or you're joining somebody in their own venture, something along those lines. So tonight we'll explore a little bit more about that connection between Hermes and Hera, which is the Greek name for Juno, and then Chiron, the wounded healer. I think that's a really good, really interesting place to begin from the middle position of the self, because I'd like to read tonight the self and the shadow and the ego side. I do like to go with the flow as well, so those could flip-flop depending on your situation, how the cards present. So let's dig in. Let's see what we're working with. Hope you guys are getting as excited as I am for spooky season. I'm ready for the weather to cool off, finally. Well, back in my day, October used to be cold. But let's see what we got here. Let's see what we have at the root of the cups, of the Two of Cups. And then we'll pull for the left side, the right side, the left, and the right. We'll kind of slither on through. We'll see how we do. All right. Seven of Swords here at the root of Two of Cups. That's really interesting. So maybe your true self is hidden in your closest relationships. I take that as a yes. And put this square in the shadow side, because this is definitely something that I struggle with myself. That fear of vulnerability. Because there's a lot of grief in the Five of Cups. I mean, you can see it here in her face, and you can see 3 cups in the foreground that have been spilled over. So this could be lost friendships, lost social connections, maybe inauthentic ones, superficial or vapid, maybe. But in the background behind her, where she's not looking, is the Two of Cups. So not revealing that true, authentic self could be preventing those really lovely connections that we all deserve. We all deserve to have our people, and people that we can be our true selves with, not our performative selves, not our customer service selves, you know, but where you don't have to censor yourself. You can be truthful about what's going on with you, good and bad. You don't need to hide your accomplishments out of fear of jealousy, or maybe, making somebody feel bad because they're going through something. Like, timing's important. You want to be sensitive to what people are dealing with. But I think it's really important to recognize that people that are genuinely happy for you, even if they're going through it, your good news might cheer them up. And if they're going through it and they are happier because you are doing well, those are your people. Those are the people that I would hang on to. And the only way to get to those connections is to be straight up about what's going on with you. And that Seven of Swords, and there's so much that we're hiding in the vault here. Some of those are knives, so maybe those can stay in the vault, or they're swords, Seven of Swords. But some of these look like documents too. And seeing her in the upright here, just her facial expression, she looks worried. Like, this is the card of deception. Is that's like the typical interpretation of this. Sneakiness is like the quality that I generally attach to that, but this could be deception for protection. I don't know if any of you have ever been in a position where you've had to lie in order to protect yourself, but I sure have. That sucks. I hope that doesn't happen to you, and if it did, I'm really sorry that it has, because I know how hard that is. But let's see what's going on the ego side, how we're interacting with the external world. Maybe get a look at the mask that we're putting on for people. Yeah, okay. King of Swords. Wow, this is intense. King of Swords. A lot of heavy mental energy. The master of the mind. Let's set these down. Free up my hands a little bit. So you can see here, we've got this looks like a waning crescent, which I think is the balsamic phase. And then a butterfly, a monarch butterfly on his pin. So you may have gone through a great deal of transformation, of mental transformation, from having to hide your authentic self. And that is not always positive transformation. It can become positive. It's not all is lost. But being in survival mode, where you're afraid to show your authentic self, it's exhausting. It is exhausting to put on that mask every day. And sometimes even when it's just you alone at home looking in the mirror. That takes some great mental fortitude to maintain. Sometimes it's absolutely necessary for what you're going through. Maybe you're stuck in a crappy home situation that you can't exit presently. If you're trying to move out, move on, um, one step at a time, one day at a time. You'll get there. Um, maybe you're in a job or something that you don't love, so you got to put on that mask. I've worked some call center jobs in my day. Those are hard, really, really hard to put on that mask. And there is absolute grief under a lot of that, of having to just like, la la la, it's fine that you're yelling at me about things that are really not that intense. It's amazing what some people will lash out at you about, and maybe you got caught in the crosshairs. I've definitely lashed out at people that, oh boy, that was the last grain of rice on that scale, that side of the scale for tipping me over. So it's complicated. It's complicated to see what's going on behind the mask, in the mind, beneath the grief. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. Let's see what's going on a little bit deeper on the left, the Five of Cups. Oh, and this is the Pulp Tarot. Don't think I said that at the beginning. Love this deck. Has my absolute favorite Justice card of any deck I've ever seen. I gush about that card at any opportunity that I get. Perfect for Libra season. Nope. Doesn't. Why aren't we talking now? Let's see. Let's mix it up a little bit. What is beneath the grief? Well, let's give this deck a rest. Let's see. Let's do some oracle cards. This is the Sacred Symbols deck. I really like this one. But let's see if we can get a little bit more information about what's going on at this layer, and then see if we can get a little bit deeper. Let's go for the right side. King of Swords. Ooh, lucky. Okay. Interesting. So this is going to combine to an 11. Okay. So King of Swords and lucky. What is the King of Swords lucky about? Ooh. So maybe this is something that's coming down the pike for you? Some sort of luck? All that hard work of having to hide yourself paying off? Well, and maybe we need to change the phrasing on that. Protecting your authentic self. Because that's so frequently what your brain is doing when you go into that survival, the fight or flight. It becomes maladaptive after time, but be that as it may, it began from a place of protection. Um, it's still a pain to deal with, but there's another avenue to go down when reflecting on these things that you're dealing with. It's a way to kind of change your perspective and look at things a little bit differently. That even though I don't love how survival mode makes me act, I'm grateful that my brain is trying to protect me from whatever it's deemed is protection worthy that I might be blissfully unaware of. Because I find that my subconscious and my amygdala, they can all be so much more wise than I myself happen to be, and more in tune with my environment. So they don't seem to have the same blinders on that I do. Let's see if we can get a little bit more on the left here that I feel like doesn't want to be dug into. Okay. Yeah, okay. Moon, the unknown, and a full moon at that, and another 11. Oh, hey. Cool. That's interesting. Oh, Two of Cups, 11, 11. Okay. So if you're in that camp, maybe this is on the way for you, a partner. Like the romantic partner. And who's to say it has to be romantic? Those soulmate connections can be found in friends, in animals. I'm a big believer in that animals can be your soulmate. Pardon me. Oh, blueberry lavender tea. It's great. Love it. But a soulmate connection, maybe strengthening an existing one already in your life. Maybe if you're dealing with superficial or inauthentic connections, maybe you're trying to branch out, make some new friendships, which, oh my gosh, as an adult, oh, it's not like going to college or high school, whatever, where you had these common spaces, common places, that you were going to every day, and you were cross-pollinating with people that you wouldn't otherwise cross-pollinate with. And now living in a, well, it's not really a post-pandemic world because things are still happening, but those of us that continue to work from home, we're still pretty isolated. Like, even though we can go out and do stuff and whatnot, it is so easy to fall into a rut of, my cat's just cooler than y'all. I like hanging out with her. It's just, when I worked IRL in person, I was already out and about. Now I must leave to go see people after work. That's a much harder ask to do. It's like I have to change out of inside clothes to outside clothes, just to come back to inside clothes. It's, yeah. Do you see the problem? I see the problem. I digress. But I actually like how these oracle cards are coming out on either side with full moon and lucky. Because this could be very representative of the grief you're feeling because you're hiding yourself. Because in tarot, the moon card, it's the unknown, it's the unconscious. What are you hiding from yourself? You know, are you having any unusual dreams? I know I've been having some of those since around eclipse time. The world in reverse. Okay. So the protection of your authentic self, say this is a like showing that it's preventing you from reaching what you want. It's keeping you from the world. It's literally blocking the energy to the world. It's how I tend to read reversals, is the energy is blocked of the upright meaning. So let me see the book, or a book. Really like this one. Very, very handy. A lot of incredible information in here about zodiac associations, upright and reversal meanings. Has some interesting spreads. Oops. Dang it. But some interesting spreads that dive deeper into the major arcana. So, pull one in a reading and then get really into the nitty gritty of those. So, love it. So, let's see. The world. 21? Is that 21? I think so. 21. Okay. So, when reversed, the world shows you are ready to move on, but feel blocked or don't feel you are deserving of success. It can also show hanging on to one ambition that eludes you, and if so, it's time to redefine what you want and adjust your expectations, as you may be clinging on to a dream to the exclusion of all else. Alternatively, you may feel eclipsed by another's shining light. Overall, however, the negatives here are minor, and you will get what you deserve. It may just take a little longer to become obvious. In the meantime, keep the faith. Yeah. So, I think that reinforces the need to let that authentic self shine. I get how scary that is. I totally do. I'm sure you all can see the arm warmers on here. I have some identifying marks that I'm deliberately covering, and it's so that I have a space for unrestrained creative expression. Pardon me. um, there are people from my past that I have no interest in them seeing me do this. There are a lot of things in my life that I've utilized this to further my healing path. And I would like a space to, if I choose to talk about it, to feel comfortable doing so, to be able to tell my story without worry that, I don't know, I don't want to get too far into the details, but over here on the right side, let's see maybe what we're lucky about. Or this could be our most external quality in our persona, that like the outer border of our mask, like the most prominent quality that somebody new might notice about you. Oop, that's gonna be way too many. Just one. What's going on the right? Nope. Doubt. No doubt. It to be an enthusiastic yes. Flip again. What is our most prominent external quality? Is that the wrong question? Maybe that's the wrong question. Well, let's give these guys a rest a little bit here. Let's get a rune. Let's see. Get some energy at the center here. Laguz? Pardon my Norse. This, I believe, is the reed. Looks like a reed. So water. Let's refer to the book again. Another for beginners. Love this. It's been really helpful to learn various upright and reverse meanings. I love books like this. And I am a traditionalist. I love hardcover books. Oh, here we go. Laguz. So water, flow, intuition, the unconscious, psychic ability, the feminine, and growth. Okay, so the unknown, we've got two, so double unknown. Let's see. A leak. I think I said read. It's a leak. Let's see. So increase intuitive and psychic abilities, healthy feminine energy, creativity, maintaining equanimity in difficult situations. I'm just skimming. We can just read all the upright. Let's see. Lagos is the water rune symbolizing the element in all its forms: rivers, streams, lakes, seas, and oceans, the rain, and even the water contained within our bodies. It is also connected to emotions, the cleansing of unwanted energy through tears, and the unpredictability of life. If you are being tossed around in the emotional waters of a situation, Lagos advises you to release your resistance and go with the flow. Adaptability is key here. Oh, I feel like I said that weird. Is key here, as continuing to resist your circumstances will only plunge you further into disharmony. The same is true when it comes to positive circumstances. Acknowledge and enjoy them with gratitude, but don't cling to them as the source of your happiness. Let the fluidity of life guide you rather than trying to control and direct it. As the rune of water, Lagos is also the rune of intuition and the subconscious. You may be getting a lot of intuitive hits from your inner self right now. Be sure to follow your gut, even if your brain is telling you differently. Lagos indicates psychic ability, which can be nurtured and strengthened with practice. Stay open and receptive to the messages coming in from the spirit world and your higher self. Trust your own inner process to help you navigate any stormy seas. So this part is about the reversed meaning. I'll go into additional. Lagos is also symbolic of feminine energy and can represent the woman in the context of male-female relationships. So, Two of Cups. Feminine strength and support are indicated here. Creativity and growth are further aspects of this rune. Lagos is sometimes translated to mean leek, an edible and magical herb revered by the ancient Norse. Leeks grew wild in northern Europe and were considered symbols of growth and virility. In this context, Lagos represents the life force found within all matter on Earth. If you have been hiding or ignoring a creative talent, this rune is nudging you to develop it, as it will facilitate further growth in your life. So I think this is very much confirmation for what we've been talking about so far. In revealing your authentic self, is that creative energy that is so pure, and only you have the creative spark that you contain. No one will ever be able to replicate that. We need you to be you, because you're the only one we have. So I think that's some reinforcement there. So let's see if we can get a little bit more on the right side about that external interaction with the world. So maybe, what should our ambition be for our mask, for how we interact with the external world? Because we still want to keep ourselves safe, but we want to do it in an authentic way that we can be ourselves, feel comfortable, find our people. Let's see. What are we missing on the right? Maybe what's unknown. We're talking about dual unknown here. Being too cautious the way I'm shuffling? Is that? Dog was barking outside at the same time, so maybe that's the problem. Too cautious. We need to take some risks, get lucky. Fortune favors the bold. Or need to listen to that song by Daft Punk. Get Lucky. Love it. Love that song. That is a fantastic album. And I think the last one they put out. Would like another, please. Please. Them and Tool. You guys are the worst. I love you. Man, I can't. Oh, maybe? Nope, that was hesitation again. So close. There's a line from a movie or something that wants to come through. Oh, what? Come on, it's right there. Talk to me, Smalls? Is that it? How I feel right now. Maybe I'm just trying to force it. Yeah. Okay. Got 2. Let's see. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe a blockage there, maybe a delay. Yeah, and this is the slowest knight in the deck, the Messenger, the Knight of Pentacles. And so this would be in regards to the material realm. Let's see. I love this, like, aesthetic. Snazzy car. I don't know about the background though. Like, it looks like an exterior of a building, but it's giving prison vibes. Maybe somebody who's a prisoner to the material realm. Like, just a material girl living in a material world, so I need materials for material things. And maybe it's stressing you out because he's smoking, and I totally get that. Excuse me. So maybe the way you're interacting with the outside world is very material focused. No shame. It's a very expensive world out there, particularly I know in the United States, the stuff we deal with here. Rent is expensive. So the 10 of Pentacles, maybe your rewards are being blocked. They've been blocked. You feel like they're being blocked. You could be on a path that the path you're on of not feeling like you can be your authentic self with this potentially, vapid relationships where you feel like you need to protect yourself, could be leading to delays in growth, because it's really hard to grow, if not darn near impossible, when you're in survival mode, because that is just maintain what you have, hold on to what you have. Very 4 of Pentacles energy. And growth, you kind of gotta let things do their thing and cook. You gotta let your little bean sprout do what it does under the dirt where you can't see it, and relinquish that control. And I feel like somebody just walked over my grave as I said that, relinquishing control. I understand why that's so hard, but it could bring in luck. Like, again, fortune favors the bold. Taking those risks could lead to bringing this into the upright. And this looks very, very lavish, with the greyhounds and the suit, and the looks like she's smoking too. So there's some vices over here maybe coming with the material. Interesting. So maybe that's a word of caution. I know I've had my vices. I have my vices. I've had my vices. I used to smoke cigarettes. One of the most difficult things I've given up multiple times. So that could be a word to the wise, that if and when your luck comes in, be mindful of your vulnerabilities. Not so much that you don't pursue, like, what what you want in life, success, abundance, whatever that may be, but understand and recognize the dark side of success, of be careful what you wish for, because you might get it. So let's get some zodiac die out here, and then we'll get you a self-care surprise, and I'll set you free. So let's see here. This one. Is that a planet one? That is. I need this one. Oop. Okay. So I like to use these to see maybe what aspects of your chart might be involved here. Maybe, since we're dealing with Two of Cups, who may be involved. So let's see. The moon, your moon placement. Oh, moon, more doubles. I think I don't do casino games, stuff like that. I mean, I like blackjack. I can count to 21. Um, but we've got unknown, unknown, moon, moon. So doubles, if that means things to people. Aquarius, which who are you ruled by? Mercury or Uranus? I think Uranus. I need to verify that. So maybe check out your Aquarius placements. Bear in mind, Pluto is moving into Aquarius early to mid-November. So that's coming up. So maybe this could be, rather than a personal aspect, this could be a timing thing, potentially. And the 6th house. I'm still learning the houses, so bear with me. Health, wellness, and daily routines. Okay. associated to Virgo and Mercury, which we were talking about earlier, the staff of Hermes at Caduceus. Self-esteem, remedies. So, and it looks like not only personal health, but public health. So, wash your hands, because it's, at least in the northern hemisphere here, it's getting into, the fall season with like low humidity, which makes things more able to get you. Wash your hands. And lotion is those little cuts on your hands from getting dry. That's how the infections can get through the barrier and through your skin. And it's so surprising, and those of us too that have cats that are sharp might have some cuts on our hand that need some washing. So just take care of yourself. It's that time of year, and never that there is a time of year to not take care of yourself. But let's get you a self-care surprise. So in reflection, Hermes, Hera, Chiron, any of their mythology may resonate with you. The sixth house, your moon placement, Aquarius, Pluto coming into Aquarius soon, Lagus, the unknown, and the unknown of connections. And that's an interesting connection to Hera. She knew so much about what Zeus was doing, and I'm pretty sure the phrase "hell hath no fury like a woman scorned" is a direct reference to Hera from Shakespeare, potentially. Don't quote me on that. Woo. All right, we got a song for your self-care. Medicine Man by Dorothy. Love that song. Beautiful, soulful, good stuff. So this is your October 8th reading, and I hope this resonates. I hope this helps. If it doesn't, I hope the next one does. Have a great night. Thank you so much.